What's going on, guys? Moto Drang here, and we are going to be looking at two really cool bikes and one really unique bike. Okay, we have here the Thruxton R and the all-new for 2019 Thruxton TFC. So we're going to cover some of the differences, and I'll talk about how you can get one of these and just why it's so special. So we have our Thruxton R here. This is it's become a really famous bike. And now the differences visually between the two, obviously that one's got a bubble, this one does not. The bubble is an option for the Thruxton R, so you can get that on a regular Thruxton R if you wish. Now with our Thruxton R, we have 97 horsepower, 96, something like that. It's the 1200 Bonneville motor. It is reworked to get a little bit more power than out of a Bonneville, so it's a little more sporty. It does have premium parts, more premium than a lot of other 1200 power plant bikes from Triumph. It's got the Brembo brakes, it's got the Öhlins rear suspension, it's got everything on it is pretty nice. But then we look at our Thruxton TFC, which has the 1200 engine, but a very different reworked engine, lighter engine components. They did a lot of things to milk more power out of this bike, and it shows on paper. This one's 107 horsepower. It's about 10 more horsepower and a little bit more torque. And but there's a lot more to this bike than just more power and a reworked engine. Of course, it's beautiful. It's got carbon fiber finish all over the place. It's real carbon fiber. But they've actually upgraded just about everything else around. The brakes are upgraded, front and back. So we have Brembos all around. We have Öhlins front and back suspension. So this is unlike the other Thruxton, which has Öhlins in the rear. This one, both sides, and it's built for this bike. That's a unique rear suspension for this bike. It looks different. Everything is a step up. Where, like for example, on these Öhlin forks, you see the adjustment valve there on top is metal. If we go to the Thruxton R, the regular Thruxton, it's a plastic. So down to the minute detail level, the TFC has a lot of upgrades. As you can see, we have LED lights. Those are on right now. I don't know if that's coming through the video very well. That's an excellent headlight. I've used that light on the Bobber Black, and I was just so impressed with it. And on our Thruxton R, it's the classic style. So you get, that's an upgrade. A couple other things different. This bike gets a custom exhaust. It's got a Vance & Hines that is for the Thruxton TFC. It says it right there under the logo. Let's get down here so you can see. For Triumph factory custom. So it's like, you don't need to do anything to this bike when you buy it. This is not something you buy and then start modifying. In fact, that would really be a detriment to the bike, I think, at that point. The license plate holder, well, on this model, it's bolted on, because if we go to our Thruxton R, this has the big fender, and it's a little more of a chore to change that. Obviously, this bike looks better without that sub fender. You'd much rather have it just be this line. And then people end up having to do all these other alterations. When we go to the TFC, our lights are moved up under. Everything's LED. You can just pull that off and bolt on your desired location of license plate, wherever that is. So that's good change. Now, if we actually move up to the bike, of course, the paint job is just incredible. It's got this brushed metal on the side, looks really great. In the sun, the sparkling there, it's almost like a graphite, and it looks really nice. And looking at the gauge, there's some really neat things about this bike. So we get a unique triple tree. It says TFC, but it also gives us the Thruxton TFC, and it gives you the number of the bike you own. Now, when you buy this bike, you get a signed certificate from the CEO of Triumph congratulating on owning that number bike. There's only 750 of these, and this is a bike you're going to want to hang on to, I think. So it's basically the way they numbered that, the 750 figure, is something to do with the amount of dealers. So they're trying to average it to be like something like 1 per dealer. Now that, of course, may not be the case everywhere, but you know, we have one at Cascade Moto Classics here in Beaverton. So at least come down and take a look at it if it's not in your price range, which we'll get to that. At least come down and take a look at this bike, because you know, once this is gone, I'll probably never see one again, to be honest. Definitely one of the coolest bikes you could roll into a cafe or bar on, that's for sure. Now for the price. This bike's gonna run you about $21,500. Okay, it is definitely a premium priced bike. So, you know, yeah, it's a chunk of change more than a Thruxton R. So, you know, it's a collector's bike, it's a premium bike. Everything on it is also performance. We're going to be doing a video on the Bonneville Ace and Bonneville Diamond, and it's a fairly different bike in terms of what you get on the bike than the TFC bikes are going to be. I'm guessing the Rocket's going to be just like this. It's going to have a lot of performance upgrades, not just visual. So another thing about this bike, it's 11 pounds lighter than the Thruxton R, so you do get some weight savings. Some of that's carbon fiber, but some of that's engine components. Now, interestingly, it's 11 pounds lighter, yet it has the bubble on it. So you have more material and it's a lighter bike. So, and I think you would like to have that bubble. It's sure nice to tuck in and, you know, really experience what these bikes are capable of. One thing that is really interesting about this bike, you know, it's a sport bike, but when you compare it to, say, a Yamaha R1, it's kind of not really that kind of sport bike. They're extremely capable, they handle very well. It's a bike that on the road you can really have a lot of fun with without being a professional track rider. And it's a bike that an advanced rider could enjoy or a beginner could enjoy, because that engine is so easy to work with and you get torque at such a low through mid-range, which is very forgiving, and it's really nice when you're exiting a corner to just romp on it. You don't have to max it out and risk sliding out or something like that. These bikes come with rider aids and ABS, of course. The TFC is going to come with everything. It's loaded. Well, guys, I'm going to wrap it up here. This is just a brief summary, and I really want to show this bike off. Come on down here and check it out. They're really cool here. In fact, today they're having a barbecue, which I plan on eating a burger here shortly. If you have any questions on the bike, please comment. I always try to get back to everyone that leaves a comment. Thank you guys for helping me hit the 1,000 subscriber mark. That's a really big deal to me. I don't care what goals the big YouTubers have, but it's just cool that we can make this content and you guys like it and we get to interact. So if you like what you see, you know, consider subscribing, leaving a like. If you don't like it, you know what to do. You know, let me know what I can do to make it better. So you guys ride safe, and I will catch you next time. Oh yeah.